Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a brewery in Virginia called Beals, and they just debuted a new beer named after something an angry customer emailed them after the manager asked him to wear a mask. And again, this is based off of an email. The name of the new beer is Your Manager is a Bitch.
Actually, BJ, it's not is a bitch, because I guess the email, the guy didn't write it properly. Your manager is bitch.
Oh, they forgot the A.
They forgot the A. So that's the name of the beer is Your Manager is Bitch.
Your Manager is Bitch.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing the copy of the picture of it right now. Your Manager is Bitch.
Your Manager. It's the greatest beer name ever. I want this beer in Washington.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right?
Oh,
it's a brown
man.
sugar pecan porter.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Actually sounds really good.
Yeah. Oh, I want Your Manager is Bitch.
Your Manager is Bitch.
I'll tell you right now, if we can get some of this delivered, I think we got to get this done. If they can mail it to us or something, I want Your Manager is Bitch. We got to taste that.
And they keep it clean at their brewery. They just call it Your Manager is B.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's you know, how wonderful is that when you get somebody who's just a complete tool shed, then sends you an email, and of course they don't type everything right, and of course they flip it around and make it a new. I love this. I love it. Here's Brittany. She's the manager, and the head brewer Bryson talking about this.
It is directed towards me, for sure. I was the so-called, we had to end up calling the cops on him because he would not leave the premises, and he also assaulted a staff member.
The only way that we could, at least on our side, was through beer. We decided to support our staff for the backlash that they've been receiving, basically by labeling it.
No other perfect way to stand up for all of the people that have been pretty much abused during all of this.
Dude,
and and they've got merch.
Yeah, they have a shirt, and it just says, Your Manager is Bitch. I don't know why I have to say it that way, but it's like, Your Manager is Bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad that the guy just didn't leave it at that, because he went and assaulted somebody and they had to call the cops, so he's obviously got issues.
So is that a picture of Brittany then on the can? That's awesome.
Oh, really? And she looks so friendly.
No, she's bitch.
Oh, she's bitch. I mean, she looks friendly. She sounds, sounds like a nice person. I just, just because somebody asks you to wear a mask, and that's the thing. That's what's just got people being mean to other people. Oh.
Well, dude, I've been loving when these smaller businesses are just kind of you know what? Not every customer is right, and we shouldn't have to show love to every single person. If you're a jerk, I've been seeing certain places they'll share some of the mean comments that they get, and you guys realize we're just a small mom and pop business. You're freaking out on us. We're not Amazon. We can't get things out the next day. I think it was a clothing line I saw, Dark Light Clothing, which I follow on Instagram, and the person just wrote, I hate you. And then the company's well, why? And then they're well, it's taken a week for me to get something. guys, like, we're not Amazon. We're just trying. It's a one-person show, and I have to now field this negativity because you just think you're writing someone like that doesn't exist. But you're writing. It was a local candle company, the Malicious Women Candle Company. I love on their Instagram. They'll just screenshot and post the negative emails they get from some people, and like the things that these people write are just awful.
I know it is. People are losing their damn minds. They're not thinking before they communicate, which is, look, we all get in a bad mood. We all snap. We all have a temper. We were trained, at least in my generation, to, you know what, don't let that be your first reaction. You know, go yell on a pillow, go do something, and then come back and interact with people. But social media, the internet, and all of that allows people to just, you know, their first reaction gets to be the only reaction. Yeah. And it's usually very abusive. Sucks, man. I mean, and unfortunately, Amazon has set very unfair expectations because even I'm surprised. It's like, that thing is here already? What? You know, and I mean, I have to remind myself, okay, whenever I order from someplace else, because I've ordered something from way overseas, and it's taken 2 months, it still hasn't gotten here, because it's coming from another country, and it's just some mom and pop situation trying to do it. And I know that that's going to take time. It's not like, but there is a part of me going, man, if Amazon had this, I would have had it before I even know I wanted it.
Dude, it's so often I'll have to catch myself. I'm like, you got to have more patience. Cause like, yeah, you're right. Like I need this. Why can't I get it tomorrow? And I realize, oh wait, I'm just ordering it from some like dude in like Nebraska. It's not like he's like cahoots with Amazon. It's not like he's going to be able to send it via drone. Like it actually has to take some time.
Though you can get it quicker if you send him an email saying his manager is bitch.
Your company is bitch.
Yeah. All right. So this next story, I don't know how to feel about this. Love the actor Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
And he, has been a really good sport making fun of being in the movie Green Lantern. And I think Steve is the only one in this program who actually thinks Green Lantern is good.
Yes. I'm the only one with taste.
Oh. Now, I will say this. It's pretty fascinating. It's not unusual for an actor to actually never have seen the TV show or the movie they've been in. It's really interesting when you find out that they haven't even watched the episodes or whatever. And Ryan has never watched Green Lantern.
See, I couldn't be that person. I would want to see everything that I'm in. You know what I mean? Like even with music, I have some buddies that after they record their records, like, yeah, never listen to it. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I listened to my band's record yesterday. Like I enjoy like be able to look back and be like, oh, that's a cool snapshot in time. I guess you could be self-critical, but I still want to watch these things.
There may be a lot of reasons. I know for me, there are some things that I don't ever want to listen to or hear or watch because I'm just like, I feel like I was horrible and I don't want to traumatize myself. That could be a reason.
That's fair.
Especially for Ryan Reynolds, I would be thinking, man, people have took such a dump on Green Lantern. He probably was like, never mind, I am not going to watch this movie. Everybody says they hate it so much. But he finally did make the call and watch the movie for the first time yesterday. What is it, over 10 years old, Rev? I mean, that's pretty wild that he watched it for the first time.
Wow, yeah. It came out in 2011. Damn.
Yeah, so it's 10 years old this year. So maybe on the 10th anniversary, he decided, okay, I'm going to watch it. And Ryan Reynolds live tweeted the action of him watching Green Lantern.
No, he was smart. He was drinking gin while doing it, I noticed. Because he's I don't know, is that his brand?
Yeah, aviation gin. I hear it's delicious.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He wore his Green Lantern ring, though, while watching, so that was really cool. And
I wish I was there with him, man. I really wish I was there with him.
He made a special cocktail called the Lantern's Light with his aviation gin. And so what was his final verdict after watching Green Lantern? He said, you know what? It's not so bad after all. Of course, having a couple of Lanterns lights, I think that, you know what, you'll like anything.
Thank you. See, you guys all want to crap on my taste, and now finally Ryan knows what's up.
Well, he did say, quote, maybe it's the aviation gin talking, but Green Lantern was nothing to fear. He did go on to say, look, hundreds of incredible crew and cast members did amazing work, and while it's not perfect, it ain't a tragedy. Next time I won't wait a decade to watch this.
Now maybe we could get him to watch Daredevil with me, and we'll be able to at least prove that that's a good film as well.
Yeah. What do we think? Is Daredevil worse than Green Lantern? I don't know. I think Daredevil might be slightly better, the movie.
I don't want to go back and check.
I remember loving Daredevil when I was a kid.
Thank you.
Well, I will say, was it Michael Clark Duncan that played Kingpin? I loved his Kingpin in that Daredevil movie. That was about the only thing I loved in that movie, though.
Wasn't Michael Clark Duncan also in Green Lantern?
No.
Green Lantern, was he?
You're thinking of the Green Mile?
No, I think he does mention it because in Ryan Reynolds' live tweets, he does say that he misses Michael Clark Duncan.
Who the heck was Michael Clark Duncan in that? Was he like one of his pilot buddies in the movie? I totally forgot that he was in it.
Maybe that's why I'm thinking it, because I remember seeing that tweet yesterday.
He was Kilowog. So he was the big CG, like almost like turtle looking dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
So I think he used his voice more than anything because of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't. So that's what it was. We didn't actually see him. He was just
No.
more, yeah, because
But he's in
Kilowog.
it based on you guys and your voice actors.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He's totally
yeah.
in it.
Michael Clark Duncan is a treasure.
I agree.
He was a treasure, but and he his voice is definitely very, very. I completely forgot his voice was in that movie. That's awesome.
Plus, Blake Lively's in it, according to one texter. Green Lantern's really good. Blake Lively's in it. Anything with her in it makes it good. Another person I agree with makes Green Lantern is good. I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah, I'm not a DC guy, so I think if you're a DC guy, you probably do love it more than the average person.
Today's the day, speaking of being a DC guy, isn't today the day that the Justice League is finally available to stream?
The old Snyder cut.
If you start it now, BJ, you'll probably be done by Monday.
I do actually plan on doing that, and I probably won't be finished until Monday because we.
Only 4 hours long.
Only.
It's set up into 6 chapters. You have a bunch of times where you can take your potty breaks and be fine.
I will say this: I have watched the last trailer they put out for it. It looks like a completely different movie than what I saw. I will say that Snyder decided to basically say, "Hey, Joss Whedon, we are going to eliminate all of the happy, joy stuff you put in this." I heard there is humor as well, but this was what Zack Snyder wanted, but he couldn't do because of some family stuff. He had to actually stop doing the movie, and so they had to get somebody else. And you could tell it was just 2 different movies. So I am looking forward to it. I definitely want to watch it. I think the problem they're going to have is that unfortunately it's the same time, the same window that Falcon and the Winter Soldier are coming out, because that's coming out Friday.
Mm-hmm. Is that coming out on HBO Max?
No, Disney Plus.
Yep, Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. So that at home as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's your competition. It's like no matter what DC tries to do, Marvel just seems to go, oh, yeah, listen, by the way, we're going to go do this over here. And a lot of people are excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
But if you have both streaming services, it's not like you have to decide where you're going to put your money. So you could watch both, no problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like going to a movie theater and being like, well, which one do I want to drop, after all is said and done, $50, $60 if I'm bringing a family with me and buying some popcorn. So the decision could be all of the above.
Well, here's the thing. You already have both, but what both companies are hoping is that they'll get more and more people to sign up. And that's where I think HBO Max is going to be a little sad, because if you're a dude and you're a dudette and you're sitting there and you've got only X amount of dollars to spend, and you go, okay, there's the DC and there's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And if this Snyder cut doesn't get like rave reviews and also still doesn't get upstaged by Falcon and Winter Soldier, they might drop their money on Disney Plus anyway. That's the thing. You and I already have it, so you're right, Steve. It doesn't matter, but they want the new money.
Although I think my Disney Plus subscription, I never re-subbed after the free.
Oh, you never did.
So I might need to do. I need to do that because of the Mighty Ducks. But so it's just maybe this is just going to be the reason why I pull that trigger finally.
There you go.
You think it's just the Mighty Ducks? You have a daughter. You're going to be doing it for all that Disney stuff.
Well, I'm trying to keep her on Universal Kids because that's part of the cable program. Not to worry about things. So Masha and the Bear, Mighty Mike, and Trolls. Those are our shows.
Let me tell you, Disney gets in there, Steve. They get in there. Are you kidding me? They get in there. Ask Vicky. She'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. But I do have an update on Zack Snyder's Justice League on Rotten Tomatoes.
And?
So let me give you a reference. The original Justice League was 40% tomato meter, audience score 71.
Okay.
So 40%. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League cut with 145 reviews is 78%.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so, we have no audience score as of yet, but so far it's looking way better.
I'd love to see like a side-by-side comparison of if someone reviewed both of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what made it so much better other than it's super long?
I feel like, look, the idea that it's epic is really cool. And the idea that Snyder at least gets to tell a consistent story, because Joss Whedon is that guy's done some great stuff. It's just when you're brought in and, your style is completely different and you have it's just going to be a mess. I think that's really what it was. I think if Whedon did it or if Snyder did it and they just got to all, do it themselves, it probably would have been better than this mishmash mess that only got 40 something.
One texter says, I've watched watched all 4 hours of Justice League last night. It's way better and different than the original. Wow. And one texter is part of my team. Mighty Mike is awesome, Steve. I agree. Highly recommend it.
What's Mighty? Oh, Mighty Mike's the kid thing?
Yeah, it's a dog that hangs out with 3 turtles, 2 raccoons.
Okay. And is that a free network? Do I have to get that?
It's like Universal Kids. Universal Kids.
Okay.
You've been watching a lot of that.
Dude, that's all I watch, man. I've already seen these episodes more than once.
I know, dude. Welcome to my old world. I love you. You love me.
You stop that.
My ears were bleeding. I'm telling you, Sarah was almost, you know what? I almost just left her in the forest like AI. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because of that damn song. I was like, honey, we're going to go for a ride. You, me, and Haley Joel Osment. All right. A woman is going viral all because of a massive body part. What is it? Well, I'll tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's an Arizona teen. Her name is Olivia, and she's going viral due to her massive middle finger, which reportedly measures 5 inches long from knuckle to nail.
Jeez.
And that's a big finger. I guess there was a clip of her flipping the bird, and this clip has over 4 million views on TikTok. Some are saying that her finger reminds them of E.T.
I hope she used this song when she did it, because on TikTok you could have it set to music. I mean, the only song you could use was this.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that's... She's certainly giving him the special bird. That's for sure. Why not? It should have its own song.
I don't have a ruler with me, but I think my middle finger, what is that, like 3 inches? Did you say?
I like how you go to Vicky. Vicky will tell you.
Well, I mean, if anyone's... you know us dudes. I mean, I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, this is easily 6, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
That's about 3.
So that 2 more inches... Geez, that's a big middle finger.
That surely is.
How'd that
That's,
happen?
I mean... That is that middle finger is huge, and she was initially insecure about it because she is a teen, and you know it's tough to go through high school and grade school and have something like that go on without feeling insecure.
Do you think all of her classmates are like, wow, what's her name, Olivia?
Yeah.
Olivia's so nice. She never flips anybody off, not knowing that the reason why she doesn't want anyone to see her finger.
I got to give her credit, though. Eventually, she thought that it was pretty funny and something that would always bring out the laughs by basically just giving people the mega finger. And she's hoping that it'll help her get her foot in the door of the world of modeling.
Or her finger in the door. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, she really... Yeah, because I guess she says that this picture of her and her big middle finger are actually circling, making like rounds in the fashion industry, and she wants to be a model, and so she's hoping that'll help her get in there.
For rings, she'd be a great hand model.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, she's an attractive girl, so I think that what the heck, anything she can do to get an upper finger, if you will, on people.
Did I see what I think I just saw?
Yeah, she teased something in another video, which I haven't seen anything else. She says, if I'm thinking about my 5-inch middle finger, my toes are worse.
Oh,
what?
Boy.
I want to, but I don't want to see this.
I know some
Wow.
people like looking at people's... I don't think feet are attractive on anyone. So, I mean, anything like... It's just like... Feet are just feet. Like... But what makes it worse? Do you think she has that like one like that long middle toe?
Or maybe they're all so long. I've seen ones that look like fingers.
That's creepy.
But how? Yeah, I mean, I wonder what size shoe she wears at this point, because if she's got, I mean, I don't know, toes are half the size of fingers, so she's got 3-foot toes. I should say 3-inch toes. That would be about like really huge.
Oh.
I mean, think about your toes as big as your hand. I mean, that would be insane toes.
One person says, I hope she doesn't become a proctologist. Or what if that's how she's like, she could become like the best proctologist ever?
Yeah, I mean, she could find out things about my lungs at that point. Oh, I think you got a problem in your lungs, sir. Wow. Okay, thank you, proctologist.
Imagine like she flips you off. That would like be like, A, you're mad because someone's flipping you off, but then you're like staring like that seems like an abnormally large finger.
And I don't know how tall she is. But, that's the other thing is that I would assume that, okay, maybe she's a really tall person to have those digits, but I don't know.
Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how else you could use it to your advantage, a long finger. I mean, I guess like
An ET cosplay.
ET cosplay. I like that people call her ET. That's and she gets a laugh out of it. You know, like you said, like you're embracing your flaws, which I think is a good lesson for anyone to have. Like whatever it is, like that you're insecure about, if you just embrace it, then you've taken all the power away from people that could be a jerk about it.
I think one of the best costumes for Halloween would be just her painting her finger yellow and then going around flipping people off and saying she's Big Bird.
Awesome.
Okay, that works.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird.
There's so many things she could do. So many things she could do. She can make it look like a magic wand. You know, I mean, really, there's so many things she could do.
Like Harry Potter cosplay or something?
Yeah, it's like instead of having to carry a wand, she's got her own wand. Yeah,
she could trip people out in the elevator when she hits the button.
She can hit it from the back.
Away, yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, you don't have to move out of the way. Don't worry, I got this.
Damn, dude, she's like Mr. Fantastic over there. She just stretch all the way over there with that finger.
It's very awkward, but I want to see each of her individual fingers because if you just see her hand, her hand looks normal until you see her one digit.
Right.
So I'm thinking all her fingers are weirdly long.
You think she has long fingers just in general?
Yeah.
But I'm looking at that. I am looking at that other picture, and it does. I feel like. I don't know. Do you think both of her fingers are long? I feel like the right finger is the right middle finger is longer than the left middle finger. Unless, of course, it's tough to tell with photography.
Yeah,
it's hard to say because, and I think the article only said she's got one finger, right? That's really just extraordinarily long. The 5-inch finger.
Sounds like
yeah. So you're right, Vicky. It looks like she's just got a normal size.
It looks like she's got pretty long fingers. What are we doing? Like we're analyzing this person's fingers.
Well, she put it out there.
Here I am just staring at this video. I'm like, all of her fingers seem pretty long.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, all right. Well, good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her. You know, I mean, look, you know, what the heck? You get to be famous for something. Who knows? Like, maybe someday those fingers will save somebody's life. Like, maybe she'll be able to, like, reach down somebody's throat and get something out of there if they're choking.
Or, like, if they're stuck in a well and nobody can grab them, but her long finger's able to get to them.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's hanging on for dear life, and it's that finger that makes it happen.
So he says, imagine how good her grip would be on, like, a bowling ball.
Oh.
On a bowling ball?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, those holes, you only go so far.
I don't think you use the middle finger for that. No.
Well, people don't use. Oh, see, I do. No wonder I can't bowl. I always use the middle finger.
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry. You're right.
It's your middle and ring finger, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the inside one.
Yeah, so I don't know how you could grip the ball.
I mean, you'd have to, like, pull out a drill and probably drill a deeper hole.
Pardon me? Yeah, well, already that to be a hole just going all the way through the ball. Just so she could. Oh, and then to let it. How would she let it off her finger? Because it would be like, it would be so deep. Oh, I don't think she can bowl. I think she's done.
Ouch.
Oh, well. You know what? You can't do everything you want, Olivia. Okay? So we've got a new survey that asks people how often they watch TV while they eat dinner. Well, ask me how often I don't. I think that really is the better question.
Dinner time, I don't remember the last time that we sat in front of the TV to eat dinner.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah, well, since especially having the new house, but we were trying to do that more at the old house because we fell into that habit of just sitting on the couch and eating. And then when we had Tatum, we're like, well, we kind of want to get out of that habit. And also, it was a little bit more a pain in the ass. It's easier to put her in a high chair. So now we sit at the bar at our kitchen, like the little kitchen island, and turn the TV off and put on some tunes. Like that's when we make it a point to listen to some music and just like get the distraction of the television off, unless the Hawks are playing, and then that rule goes out the window.
Well, I can understand that.
We have an agreement, and sometimes it's certain pay-per-views with the wrestling too.
We'll have breakfast. My wife and I will do breakfast at a table, but otherwise we're chowing in front of shows. Isn't that interesting? And of course, I'm always chowing in front of shows when it's just me.
Dude, that's how I always were. But honestly, man, it is nice to just kind of like get away from the television for 30 minutes to an hour and just chill and hang out and BS, and just eat.
A lot more people are like you, though, Steve. Only 35% of people say they always watch TV during dinner, like me. And another 17% say they do it at least 4 to 6 times a week. And yet on the other side, it's about 20% of the people say they never do that. So I think, Vicky, you got to be a TV dinner watcher, right?
When I don't have any roommates, or at least my parents and family, I definitely watch TV and have dinner. It's just cozy that way. But since my family lives with me at the moment, we always sit at the dinner table.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just, when we were kids, the TV was kind of in the area, so it would just kind of be on in the background. But yeah, I'm kind of both in a sense.
My parents, when I was growing up, we had to eat at the dining room table, but they would let us keep the TV on. And so, I don't know why, because then we would just stare at the TV, which was maybe 30 feet away. and just like not even pay attention at dinner, but we're just watching whatever's on TV.
But at least it got you to shut up, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's why.
That's a good point. Yeah.
See, in our dining room, we had our own little TV that was right next to the table. So we would
the dinner TV table.
Yeah, we had a dinner TV, and we would watch. Usually, since it was about between 5 and 6, we would just watch the news. So that would just be on, and usually I would try to eat as quickly as possible and get out of there. But
yeah.
It was always TV was always a part of mealtime.
Yeah, see, me and my girlfriend, every meal is in front of the TV.
Yeah,
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, interesting. Every meal.
Every meal. We wake up and we watch Food Network while we're eating bacon and eggs in the morning on the weekends.
Nice.
And then usually a sandwich at lunch, and then we usually watch Chopped at night. So we're just watching food as we're eating food.
That's the way to do it, dude. So we watched Man vs. Food the other night while having lunch, and I'm just other day. And it was just so nice.
Yes.
Because at least I'm not like sitting there going, I'm hungry. I'm actually eating while watching a show that would make me hungry.
And then if you close your eyes, you can pretend you're eating with him.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's how when I watch those shows, I'm like, you know what, guy? I am right there with you. I'm at that diner. This is awesome. Yeah. Even though I'm eating a salad, I still feel like I'm having all that fantastic food that he's having at whatever diner or dive he's at. Oh, nice. Well, there you go. So Danny's more like me. Vicky would be more like me, but her family's like, you'll sit at the table, young lady. And,
breakfast, though, is funny in the weekends. Like, my tradition is just to sit, put some TV on. Tatum's up, so it's like usually like Masha and the Bear again. Greatest show ever.
Okay, let's not get crazy.
I know, I'm kidding. But I'll eat waffles and bananas, and I have to make it a point to chop up a bunch of little bananas because Lulu and Tatum are obsessed with bananas. So I have my dog on one side and my child on the other, just waiting for me to feed them little pieces of banana.
Do they have to do tricks first?
Yeah, they have to sit. Good call. They both have to give me their paw.
Who's better? That's what we want to know. Like, who's really better at the tricks?
Lulu's better at the sitting part, but Tatum's getting better at the paw part. And
good.
She can also roll over a lot better than Lulu. But other than that, they're pretty neck and neck.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
But my wife always laughs because she'll just see me and I'm just sitting there on the floor on the little coffee table, and I got a dog on one side, a child on the other side, just staring at me, waiting for some bananas.
Aww.
That is. Again, it is, and it's an interesting thing, because we could not eat with animals at our house. My father was not like you. They had their own separate place to eat. That was not his bag. It's funny how life has evolved, because I don't know of anybody that used to eat with their animals. And now more people are like you, Steve. They're like, hey, look, you're just like another person in the house.
Yeah, it's the one thing where we usually don't give Lulu any table scraps, but for some reason I find the fact that she likes to eat bananas to be the funniest thing. Like, the fact that she likes vegetables and fruit, it's just like, okay, you're a very random dog.
And bananas are okay for the dog, I guess. I have no idea.
Well, it's still alive, so I think so.
All right, well. Thank you, Cesar.
What to tell you? I guess there's a new dog training show on Netflix. Have you guys heard about this one?
What's this?
I was hearing some good reviews about it. Apparently, it's like all the rage on Netflix. It's some kind of new dude or new person that's called Canine Intervention, and he comes and helps you train your dog.
Well, I remember reading, or I don't know when, recently or so, that a lot of the things that the dog whisperer said were not. They were like, don't do that. Mm-hmm. So it's really fascinating how, 10 years later, people are probably saying, this is the right way to do it. Don't listen to that guy. And maybe that's what this new dude's doing right now, this new set of people. What's it called?
Canine Intervention.
Well, that's a good name when you think about it. Honestly, Steve, there are so many homes and people that could use canine intervention, because I'm like, this dog is insane. This dog should not be barking like hell as soon as I walk in the house and trying to kill me. It's like something's got to be done, because that can't be cool for the dog. The dog must really just be stressed.
Yeah, or you're just very unlikable when it comes to animals.
Well, you know what? Normally, I would say it's me, but I see it happen like anybody in the group. So it's like, all right, it can't just be, come on. I know I'm unlikable and every dog should hate me, and it's always, if there's a house with multiple dogs, there's always that one dog that you get along with and the one dog that you don't get along with. Like, the one dog's just chill, and I'm like, dude, can you put in a good word for me? I do anything I can
right,
with the dog I get along with.
What do I got to do to get along with this
help
guy?
Me out. I mean, you're my buddy. Why doesn't she see that? What's up? We go over and talk to her, would you? And he's just like, you think I want any part of this? He just gives you that look like, dude, I'm not getting any part of that. I'm just going to go, I'm going to go over here. So let her deal with you.
By text says, check out Canine Intervention. It's actually a pretty badass show.
Okay. All right, check it out, Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
According to legend, what animal did St. Patrick chase out of Ireland?
Animal? A kangaroo?
No.
A lion?
No. Giraffe? No. For about 15 years? No. Monkey?
He chased a monkey. That's what he did.
Snakes.
Get out of here, you monkey!
Snakes. I said it. Guys, I don't know why you didn't hear it. I said snakes.
Oh, yeah. Geez, sorry about that. We weren't listening. My bad. Yeah, snakes. That's the answer. Thank you. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.